All right. Woo, let's go back to 0.5. This is always too close in my face. Hey, y'all don't want to be that close in my face. Look, Mike was back. James over there walking somewhere doing something. Look who else came to do some work. Yeah, we might get something done now. So what's going on here is we're having to build the scaffolding up because we're going, well, we've already put about 2 feet on this. We're going another 7 feet up. So we're having to build the scaffolding, and then we're probably gonna need another layer of scaffolding on top of that. We'll see. We've got our harnesses once we get up there, but we got everything. This is another example where the Zonts and Zuckles from Fabform come in so handy because we can just build scaffolding wherever we need it. Those pieces that come out that the wall board go on, those are called ZAT. Put up the railing, and then you'll have a platform to work on, a railing. And so that's gonna be the main thing to work on today. And coming through here today, James is making sure all the joists are level. He's already done all those. You see, you get to there, see how it drops. So we're doing our steel shims, getting all that perfect before the next pour. And in these areas, we did this in the basement if you watched for a while, but if not, you see the little pockets where the steel beams are. We put foam on this side, so when we pour the concrete in, we'll go ahead, in fact, I gotta remind them, we'll cut a little bit more of that floor away, it's just more of a hole, and then that will get filled with concrete and lock in the beams as well. A lot of work to do. We want to pour next Tuesday. This is Monday, so we got 8 days, but we got a big winter storm coming in. A lot of the eastern U.S. does, so you probably already know about by the time you see that. That's coming Wednesday, so that's gonna be put a pause on things, but I think we'll get it done. What's Josh think? Maybe. James thinks we'll get it done. Are we gonna get it done? You gonna be ready?
I'm gonna try to get it done today.
Do or do not. There is no try.
So what are we doing, Josh?
Modifying this window pre-buck to be 36 inches tall.
So the top window of our staircase is gonna be a little shorter, and a tip that, while Mike from Dirt Perfect was here and we went over some things, is for your bottom piece, instead of it being a solid piece, you put a treated 2x4 on each side, and then that automatically gives you your little hole in the bottom to make sure that the concrete fills in, whereas we cut those later. So that was a neat little tip that we're gonna use now. So if you didn't see the podcast, go check out 2 Points from Perfect. Chris and I were on it, put the link and stuff before, but I'll put it in the description of this video too. right, so we got the window frame set here in the boom lift. Now I'm getting ready to go up there and set it in place. Whee! All that's ready for the next pour. They're working on getting that ready. Picked up a couple tractor trailers. My buddy with the Green Goblin that you see delivering stuff out here, equipment and stuff for me, brought me a couple tractor trailers, so we're putting equipment in, so all the bracing's going in there and foam and stuff, and so then I'll just get him to haul it to the next job, and then we can unload everything, and then we got a place, just like my shipping containers, then we've got a place to put everything. So we're getting rid of all this, getting it out of the weather and everything, and cleaning all that up. So that's what Tater and Gene are working on. See the lower window, middle window. Now we'll hop the little top of the stair step. That'll be it. Right, so now we got to put our piece of horizontal rebar in before we go any higher. So we'll wrap that around and snap it into the, see you've got all these little slots you can snap in. All right, so what we just did, but I couldn't film because I was holding it, but see how there's the gap because it's on a curve. On the back side, as much as this is showing, that's being covered. So Josh just made a mark on the bottom, and we'll cut that piece off and we'll attach it to the front of this, which will fill in this hole, and we'll flip it over and we'll do the same thing there. That way, just like we did with that one, it will follow the curve, the pre-buck wheel. So see, we just flipped it over and Josh just marked it. So now I'll take it down and go ahead and cut those and bring it back up. Now we're going on with this because that is locked in place. So now we'll start with our form, and these have to bend, so we'll bend them around, knock them in place. And it still goes up 2 more courses, so 3 more feet. And you see, we got cut out the end, but we got stuff in. We will do some foaming tomorrow and finish that up. So that'll be done tomorrow. I don't know if I'll put this video out before that, but probably not. So you'll probably see it done. But anyway, that's where we're at right now. I did a little short. My buddy Brian brought me that harness. So y'all check him out. CCT Brian 456. I'll put a link. So yeah, that thing is gonna be huge. It's just crazy. I mean, who comes up with this crazy stuff? The guy stacked one of the tractor trailers with all the foam block that was out here. So we're gonna go through that, and whatever's good will go on the trailer also, and then whatever's bad, unfortunately, has to go to the dump. Can't burn that stuff. So the tractor trailers are coming in real handy, filling those up with stuff for the next project and getting it out of the weather. It's what we like. Be back tomorrow. Woo woo. Da 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 da. You ready?
Yep.
Who are you waiting on?
You.
As usual. Okay. Woo woo. All right, today, last 2 courses, and then you can see how it leans out. That's because as we go up every other course, we're doing the zonts. So as we put those up, it'll straighten them out. Not perfectly though. So once we're done, we're gonna pour these ceilings first, and then we'll have some bracing that goes down to each ceiling, and then we'll have some long bracing that goes down to the ground before we pour the tower, the rest of it. And if we get lucky, we'll work on putting the gable back up. But that's gonna totally depend on how quite a few things go today, right? And we got snow coming in tomorrow, which is gonna just screw us all up. Little ways down, we got one more course to put right here, and this will be stacked out, and then we just got to finish the gable over there, and that'll be all of the ICF stacking for the whole job. back to stacking the last ICF for the whole project. Chris stopped by just so he could claim he did it. Where'd he go? He's over there somewhere. But yeah, so we're getting ready to stick this up here, end of the day, so camera's dead. So he's just gonna, you know, see what we see. Hey, look at us in place. Check it out. This is one of the cool things about this lift. So I'm on the inside of the house, but the lift is over in front of the pool. So I got it boom me around and turn me around in here so I can get to this stuff. And then Josh, whoop, will get on a ladder and we'll attach the bottom. Josh is up there somewhere. Yeah. So we're going to mark and cut this gable and then spray foam it and put in the rebar that we haven't done yet. So we'll slide the rebar in from the sides and drop in vertical from the top and on both gables, and then the gables will be ready, and then we'll just be on the little staircase area. So it's getting there finally. As you can see, our snow is melting. The pool has about 3 inches of frozen top on it, but Chris is up there still clearing. Haven't really recorded anything. It's kind of a rinse and repeat. It's kind of boring. Yeah, there you go. Let's get to it. I'm on my way. I'll get there eventually. How's it going? Hey. You waiting on me?
Yep.
Hey, look at me. I'm here.
So we're going to try to mark and cut this gable today, which has an obvious difficulty because this side doesn't fully taper off like this one did on both sides. We're going to try to get through it. This one side of the gable cut. Woo-hoo! Now we gotta mark and cut this other side.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel like I'm ready to be done with this. It's cold today.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to finally get to this point. Think it's ready?
I guess.
All right. Mark one more. Woo-hoo. Lee Valley Valve. Send us some sweatshirts. So we're getting all tubing and valves and stuff for the geothermal. We'll be talking more about that soon, right?
All right, the first pieces are coming off this gable. Starting to look like something finally. Mr. Good just finished up the last cuts up at the top, so there's the peak. Cutting the webs on the rest of these where they're still attached.
Now I'm adding the rebar, the horizontal rebar, popping it in there, and then, so I've already set it on that end to where I want it, so I'll cut these, then these pieces I can put up at the very top, and then I've got a couple of long ones there. I think I'll need one more long one, and that's it. And then we'll drop in the verticals and do any tying that we need to do. Have that ready. Then I'll do the same to that one over there. Have that ready. Then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna add our horizontal 2x4, also known as a horizontal whaler. We're gonna add the horizontals to it to straighten the wall out. And then after these ceilings are all poured on Tuesday, then we're going to brace back to the ceilings. Like we'll brace over to there, and a little bit of stuff we've got to do before Matt with Mud Demon and Jeff with Muddy Feet come out here and we pour the final remaining little pieces. So that's what's going on now.
Here's the vertical rebar that we're putting in the cables. So I already painted up some longer pieces for the peak, but these should be fine farther out here. It's not going to be as tall. Are we going to be able to reach?
We've got a spray foam, and there's a little bit more bracing and stuff has to happen. But the next pour is not any of those. It will be all the concrete ceilings. Those are getting out of the way next because we're going to do some of our bracing to them. And later when we go to pour these floors and everything, I don't want to have to worry about concrete dripping from those, because some will come through and getting all over the floors being done down here. So we're gonna go ahead and knock that out. And yeah, like I talked about earlier, we'll have Matt with Mud Demon and Jeff with Muddy Feet out here. We'll pour these, those all be finished up, and then we can, next big project will be the basement. Basement, we'll be doing our, getting all the geothermal, not just the geothermal, getting our radiant floor ready and insulation and vapor barrier and everything else. Then we can pour this and then finally do the interior walls and the roof, which would be great. Would love to get that done. Just really busy right now, lots of other stuff going on, paying projects, so those come first. But we're making headway, so can't complain too much. And see you in the next one.